I met my florist. His name is Richard, and his company is called Romero Orchids. I had talked to 2 other florists and some friends that offered to do it for cheaper, but I just didn't want to put my friends out like that. I wanted them to be guests and not worry about stuff like that. So I wanted to hire a professional, and you know, in case something went wrong, I can actually bitch and complain, because when it's a friend, you let a lot of things pass. But anyways, oh, and I'm gonna review 2 other people that I use that I should plug, because even though they're friends, they did an amazing job and gave me great prices. Anyways, so florist. Mind you, I was getting ready at 10 o'clock. I started at 10 a.m. to get ready, and I did not step foot outside of my bridal suite because I was too busy getting ready, getting my makeup and my hair done and trying to relax. So I didn't have a chance to go downstairs and check how all the setup was going. I put my hands in my vendors, like I put myself in my vendors' hands, and I trusted that they were gonna do their job because I paid them. So the quality of work that he showed me in the samples and the pictures and everything that I reviewed before I decided to hire him and pay him in full was excellent. The pictures were beautiful. The sample he made me was great. I only had a couple of things that I wanted to change, and you guys can't see me that well because of the sun. I'm so sorry. It was great. Like, it was just, I don't know, it was more than I expected, and I was happy. I only had a couple of suggestions to like make, it was supposed to be spheres on top of like a crystal tall vase, and well, you can't see, thank God you can't see it in the pictures, but anyways, so that's what I expected is not what I got. The boutonnieres for the men were supposed to be red. He gave me white calla lilies, sorry. The flowers I had chosen to be the main flowers were calla lilies and red roses, and then he used hydrangeas as filler flowers, but mostly in the pictures you can see he used a lot of white roses and a lot of red roses and hydrangeas, and maybe 2 or 3 calla lilies, when I really wanted calla lilies and red roses. But whatever, too late now, right? And I didn't find this out until the reception started, when I walked in and I saw my centerpieces and all that, because when I was out, he did the decorations for the ceremony and for the reception. And the thing about that is, it would have been great if the flowers were, even if he didn't use the flowers that I suggested and he used a lot of white and red roses, it would have been great if the flowers weren't wilting already. By wilting, I mean they were already browning. The ends of the rose petals were already starting to brown and like look like they were dying. And the roses didn't look red. They looked like a dark burgundy. Kind of very, very dark. And it didn't look red at all. In the pictures though, when you took a picture of the flowers, they did look a lot redder. Like it looked like a bright red. But when you saw it in your hands, I was like, okay, this is not the quality of work that you showed me, but whatever. So besides the type of flowers, it was supposed to be a sphere that he made me for each centerpiece, and instead it was like flat on the bottom, and then it was like a oval shape. I guess kind of like a bowl shape. So I was like, this is not at all what you had showed me. What other things happened besides, you know, the boutonnieres being the wrong color and the wrong type of flower? I asked for the girls' bouquets to be all red roses and one to be mixed with white roses, to specify, you know, my maid of honor / matron of honor. I later found out that he did make he was supposed to make an extra bouquet for me to throw, and he put it downstairs next to the cake. The one he put downstairs next to the cake was actually supposed to be for my matron of honor, and we didn't find out until the event was almost over with. So that happened. And my bouquet, I sent him a picture of what I wanted, and it had a lot of calla lilies, which was my main flower, because it's my favorite, and red roses surrounding them. And the red roses had little crystals in the middle of them. And then there was crystals at the bottom. I sent him a picture. He said he could do it. When he gave me my bouquet, it was soaking wet, and the flowers were all wilted. The calla lilies, there was only a couple in there. It was mostly red roses that looked kind of starting to die. And even my photographer was taking like a lot of angles of my bouquet, and you could tell in those pictures, because they were close up and they were with no flash, that the flowers weren't that good quality flowers. They looked like they were drying out and dying. So I don't know, it just wasn't the quality of work that I paid for and that I was shown before I hired him. Like I said, I didn't find all this out until it was too late. What are you gonna do? You can't go back in time. So I didn't get pissed off about it at the wedding. I thought about it later on, and I mean, I called him up and I did let him know how dissatisfied I was. He did offer me like the minimal discount, but his reaction to my disappointment in the quality of work was, he sounded so sad. Like, he sounded depressed. I don't know if something is going on in his life personally, but it's nothing from the man that I had met in the beginning. His demeanor and his attitude totally different. And it just, I felt bad even bringing it up. That's how sad he sounded. And he's like, I tried my best, but it was really hot that day. And I'm like, I understand that it was hot, but I paid for a service and a quality that you showed me that I expected, and it was your job to deliver that. You know? At least that's how I feel. If you sign a contract and tell me that this is the quality of work you're charging me for, and we both agree, we shake hands, money is exchanged, and I expect to get what I paid for. So I'm gonna have to give him like a 2 stars, because yes, he was very nice, and the work that he had showed me at the show and at the sample was great, but the final product and the delivery of it was really bad. Moving on, my officiant his name was Mauricio. He was Filipino. Like I said, I mentioned before that he went out of his way to translate everything into Spanish so that my parents would understand what was going on. I appreciated that at no extra cost. He was super available. Anytime I sent him an email, he emailed me back right away. He was great. I have nothing but great things to say about him. I give him a 5 because I think he was the only one out of, those 4 vendors that was flawless, was great, and really made me feel like he was there to make me happy and to give me the level of service that, should be given to a bride. So I found him from Great Officiants. His price was good, and then he was very helpful, like I said, in answering any of my questions about marriage licenses and all that. And he was very flexible with the way that I wanted the ceremony to go. So I don't have a lot to say about it besides I was very happy with the service. I did want to mention Torrance Bakery. I had a choice because my package came with the wedding cake. So I had a choice between, it was Torrance Bakery and another bakery. Rossmore Bakery. And I did tastings with both. And the only thing I didn't like about Rossmore is that the tasting didn't feel too personalized. It didn't feel too, it felt rushed. It felt rushed, and it felt like I didn't feel that welcomed. I don't know how to explain it. It didn't feel like the way I think a wedding cake tasting should have been, more personal, more exciting. So I didn't go with them because of that. And then Torrance Bakery, the gripe I had with them was that they put me on hold forever, and trying to get an appointment there was like pulling teeth. It took forever. Through email, through phone, it just took forever. When I finally got through, I got my appointment. I went, I picked my cake flavor and everything, and it turns out that they don't provide you with whatever is shown in the picture. Like if it has flowers, they don't provide that for you. You have to provide them with fresh flowers. If it has ribbon, and this is where Rossmore was great, because if it had a ribbon in the picture, they provided the ribbon for you. They had samples of the colors and the width of whatever you might want. So that was included with the cake. But with Torrance Bakery, they're like, no, you have to bring us some ribbon when you have a chance. So I'm like, great. So I had to make 2 trips over there, one to do the tasting and deciding whether I want to use them or not. The second time around was to go get them the ribbon. And then they said that they were going to give me any extra ribbon that was left over. I gave them, I want to say 12 yards of ribbon. They only used, I think, at least less than 6, and they never returned the rest of the ribbon to me. Now, it was a $6 ribbon, I don't care, but I'm just saying, if you're going to say that to me, then do it. And the cake was delicious. I got really, like, a lot of compliments. The cake was very simple, and it was really pretty, and I liked it. It's exactly what I wanted. So, no complaints there. So, I give them a 4. Because the service was good. It's just the wait time to get a response, to get an appointment was long. And the fact that they didn't provide you with some of the accessories that the cake was pictured in their picture. What else? I think those are the only people that I used. I didn't use a whole lot of vendors because my package included a lot of the things. Which, like I said, it was very convenient for me, except for the whole DJ brother situation. I think it was well worth it. It's funny, they don't offer that package at Lakewood Country Club anymore. I was the last person. I think I was one of the only people to purchase that package, the all-inclusive deal. So yeah, all in all, I am very happy with the way my wedding went. Extremely happy, actually.